It's Beverages with Brad.
All right, here we are. Beverages with Brad with my guest, Pat Miletich. This guy, MMA pioneer, UFC Hall of Famer, and he's done all that so he could finally be on a seldom-watched YouTube show out of Rhode Island called Beverages with Brad. Congratulations, you've made it, Pat.
Well, thank you. That's very Caucasian of you.
Like, where did it all begin for you?
Honestly, it started in kindergarten. John McCutcheon, his father, Coach McCutcheon, was the coach of the middle school, Bettendorf, Iowa middle school wrestling team.
I see.
And his son, who was also in kindergarten, double-legged me in a yard. We just, for whatever reason, didn't like each other. Got into a fight. He double-legged me, threw me down, slapped me around a little bit, and looked at me and said, "You're stuck." And I didn't know what the term was.
And that's a shitty feeling.
It's not a fun feeling, no.
At any age.
When you have no clue what you're doing. And so I just, from that point on, said, I'm going out for wrestling because that was a really bad feeling. I don't ever want to experience that again.
Like, that's like a good work ethic that you had very young. I didn't really start trying anything until I hit like 30, and then I was like, I should probably try to do something with my life.
I mean, I was a horrible wrestler all through elementary. I think I didn't win a tournament, honestly, until 8th grade. It was a long journey. I stuck to it. And when I finally won my first tournament, I was like, wow, this is what it feels like.
Didn't you start boxing young, too?
Yeah, as a teenager, I boxed a little bit and then went back also as an adult when I left college. Went back to the boxing gym, Pena's Davenport Boxing Club, which produced Michael Nunn, Antoine Eccles, Pat Pena, and a lot of guys out of there. So it was a place where I went and literally donated blood for 3 years until I got good enough to hang with all the badass pros. He started coaching boxing because his son went to Vietnam. His oldest son went to Vietnam, and his son said, "Dad promised me if I make it back alive, you'll quit drinking." And he said, "All right, I promise you." And his son got killed in Vietnam. Instantly quit drinking the day he found out, and opened the boxing gym and started coaching kids to help kids. So,
wow. At what point did things start to evolve? Maybe UFC 1 or something?
well, I was already doing Muay Thai kickboxing and K1 rules kickboxing also.
Wow,
before the UFC ever came along.
So you're
I
already boxing, wrestling, Muay Thai. I mean, you are getting ready.
Right.
Even though you don't know that it's
And
coming.
the way that all happened is I was pouring concrete. I left college early to take care of my mother. She had a heart attack. And one of the foremen on the concrete company said, a karate guy can kick a wrestler's ass. And I said,
that probably didn't go over too well with you.
well, I said, at lunchtime, we'll go out in the field and we'll find out. So we went out there, and he danced around a little bit. I double-legged him, took him down, slapped him around a little bit. And
It must have been quick, huh?
Yeah, it was quick. And he went, wow, all right. And he handed me a free week pass to the karate kickboxing gym that he trained at. So I went
and
up
then
there.
you handed him a 3-week pass to your wrestling school. It was like a friendly sparring, though. It seems like it wasn't like bad
for the most
blood.
part,
I mean, especially if it ended like that. He didn't end with like a lawsuit or him flipping you off.
Right.
I mean,
I
like,
didn't
at
get
least
fired.
at least you beat him up in a very nice way.
Yes.
Which is very nice of you, instead of like breaking his back or something. That's very nice. You're a very kind monster. Yeah.
I went up to the karate school, did the free week lesson thing, and by Thursday I had enough.
Yeah.
Because it was all this.
Yeah, the forms.
Teaching blocks and katas and all the other stuff. And I went, this is not why I came here. And right after I got done, they said, you might want to watch the black belt sparring class next. And it was, it was a hard style, a Shorei-ryu karate, which is an Okinawan style. And
Was it full contact sparring?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't point sparring.
And they're blasting to the face, everything. I mean, it's a brawl. They're doing sweeps, taking each other down, all that sort of stuff. And I went, yeah, all right, I could do this.
Yeah.
A guy who I had been in 2 fights with, I played football against in high school, who was a D1 All-American lineman, Mark Hansen, who's a police officer. He and I hated each other. We were mortal enemies. I walk into the karate school after I just signed up. I'd signed up now for a full membership to get a black belt. And I walk in, and there he is. He's training in the gym.
So this is like a Karate Kid scene, basically. It's Cobra Kai looking at you from the back of the rope.
This guy's 275, 6'3", and I go, you got to be kidding me. Now I've got to fight him in the karate kickboxing gym, right? We ended up beating the animosity out of each other, became best friends. I was the best man in his wedding. He was the best man in my wedding, and still buddies to this day. So it Interesting.
A lot of your violent stories end with very happy, peaceful endings. I like
That's
that.
the way it's supposed to be. You
Yeah.
beat the animosity out of each other. You become lifelong friends, and that's the way it used to be, right?
See, kids, that is the answer. Violence through physical combat. We don't need guns and shit like that. Just
Well, be a
punch each
gentleman.
other a
Be a
couple
gentleman.
times and
Stand.
shake hands.
Go out in the schoolyard, beat the shit out of each other. Whoever wins, and shake hands, and that's the way it's supposed to be done.
That's
Right.
a lovely public service announcement. Can you tell me about your first MMA experience?
It was Battle of the Masters, Chicago. Back when there was no weight divisions, no time limits on the fights, no rules. Obviously, the smallest guy in the tournament. Everybody was pretty good sized guys, and was able to win the tournament. A lot of fun.
Were you nervous going in for the first? I mean, this is your first
Everybody,
time.
yeah. I mean, the entire crowd, the chaos, the unknown.
Yeah, right.
Nobody's ever done this before, We're just.
What's
started.
going on through your head at that point? Like, I mean, you walk into the cage for the first time.
I need the money. It was appealing to me to make money in lump sums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's just get all the money right now.
Yeah.
Let's just go in there and just bang it out instead of like
Yeah, and
grinding
it
it
was-
away for minimum wage week after week.
Yeah, and those tournaments in Chicago were winner take all. So
Wow.
second place got nothing.
And there's all your motivation.
Yeah.
Let's say your best and worst experiences competing.
Best experience probably the people, just meeting all the people. You know what I mean? All over the world. I have friends all over the world now. Worst experience, fallout with Dana White probably. Wasn't pleasant. That was a 10-year argument. So
10 years.
Yeah.
Did you guys work it out now? Or?
well, I'm in the Hall of Fame, so I guess so.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was like, somebody must have been all right with you if you're in
Right.
there.
Yeah.
I won't pry. I don't want to get my head ripped off. All right. Well, I appreciate everything you've done for your sport. I appreciate you doing the interview.
No problem.
And thank you again for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.